Hey everybody, welcome to the video. I want to show you a small lab which will again improve your skills on DynamoDB, data modeling, and really a hands-on lab, right? So I created a very simple lab which will demonstrate you following scenario. So here I'm demonstrating you, again, this is a very simple exercise, but what it does help you is to improve upon your concepts on Dynamo. Because really a lot of people have a hard time when thinking Dynamo because your regular SQL approach doesn't work here, right? So here I have a demo, as I said. An author has several books. An author will have an ID, name, phone, birthday, right? Books will have, books title, publish date, ISBN, total page, category, book price, and then category, right? So book can be either in sci-fi, cloud computing, etc. So what I'm doing is when I have many to many, so for author, I want to fetch books. For a book, I want to get all the authors. I'm referencing here. So if you observe in the author, I'm referencing the book, and in the book, I'm referencing the author. Now, I also want to maybe search my library based on categories. So give me all the books with the category sci-fi. Give me all the books with the category, let's say, AWS, right? So I could easily now, do that as well. So I'm referencing the author and the book here. Then usually you'd write down all your access pattern, which means all types of query that you expect in DynamoDB. You essentially write that down with your team. And then here is a design. So observe the way we do this, okay? So here I'm giving generic names PKSK, and the column on which I wanna fetch or update or sort my data, I'm adding it here. So here I'm saying author1, author #1, and this is a data object which will have user information, all the detail about the author. Then I have slightly modeled this a little different way, and there is a reason why I have done that. So here I'm saying book 1, observe carefully, book 1, author 1, category 1, object, learn DynamoDB, when the book was published, the ISBN, the price, and then I'm referencing the author here in the GSI1 PK. So why? Because now I can say for a given book, for a given author, give me all the books that they have, right? I can easily get all the books for a given author, right? So that is my access pattern. And then here, again, categories can be many. So again, I'm referencing in the GSI2. So now I can say for a category, which all books do you have? Give me all the books, man. So that is also a access pattern here, right? Again, if you observe, you'll say, if SQL people are watching, they're gonna say, hey, Somil, this is not right. You're repeating data. Just so you guys know, but in DynamoDB, it's completely all right to have duplicate data. It's also described by DynamoDB champion or DynamoDB expert Alex Debris. You can watch that. It's completely all right, right? So if you see duplicate data, that's all right, okay? So now I can say for a given book, I can fetch the name, the date when they published it, the ISBN, the price of the total pages, etc., etc. And the categories, see, books will have several categories. I'm representing that as a PK and an SK. SK will have the values. Now see how it works in Dynamo. Again, as I said, I have a lab, so I have the code. So here you observe there's a data modeling exercise. Where is the Excel sheet? And we'll go to the Python modules, okay? So I'll open that up and we'll go to load data. Again, I wrote all this code that generates fake data for you. So I'm gonna simply run this and show you the demo, right? Again, it's flawless, right? Again, think in terms of Dynamo, okay? So if you're still thinking relational, again, you might have a problem, right? So now let's see how it looks like. So we'll explore here. Let me just scan all the data here for you, expand the screen here. Wait a second. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I was like, all right. Okay, so here is the data, how it looks like right now. What are my access patterns? So for a given author, let's say I'll show you all the access pattern on the author. So I can click on query, I can query my table, and I can say for a given author, show me all the information, right? So I can fetch the author name, the birth date, the username, the profile picture, all of that is fetched in O of 1. Yeah, let me just go to the JSON view here. So I can see all the data for an author, right? Name, first name, etc. These are fake data though, but yeah, so that makes sense, right? So now I'll again show you the second pattern here, right? Again, that's why we do this modeling, right? So now I want to see for this author, this guy, which how many books he wrote. So what am I gonna do is I'm gonna query my GSI1 PK. So I'll come here, I'll come on GSI1 PK, I'll click on query GSI1 PK, and there you go. These are the books that are written by these authors. There are 2 books that the author wrote. Again, I can see the name of the person, I can see the book name, I can see the book price, when was the book published, right? I could also see that, and again, all the information about that particular book. Okay. Now let's try the second access pattern. For example, maybe I want to search the books based on the keywords, right? So let me just go to the primary table here. That's when my third GSI will come into place, right? So now I can say for a basically what you say, for a category, give me all the books that you have. Again, you have to perform these data modeling exercise, right? You can't just simply go and design tables, right? So for example, let's say I want to see, is there any AWS here? Let's see sci-fi. So for example, I want to see all the books on sci-fi. So now I can query my GSI2 PK, which is over here. So for a item, give me all the books, right? So, or all the entities that, or all the items, I would say. So now here you can see for this category, I have 3 books. These are the book name. Again, the published date. Again, these are like fake data. It might be static. That's completely all right, right? But this is the data basically, as you can see, their ISBN number, total pages, etc., etc., etc. So for a basically category, I can fetch a book, right? For an author, I can get all the books, right? Then for a book, I can fetch the detail, such as book title, book published, ISBN. I could filter through published date, right? That is also an access pattern. And in single go on the same book, right? The same book, I can also fetch the corresponding name of the author. So it really depends how you want to show data, and then you essentially model these items in DynamoDB. What you do see how you are modeling one to many, many to many. That is important. Again, this might look weird for beginners or new people, but once you get understanding about this concept, right, how you model complex attribute, right, this is how you do it, right? Again, if you don't, so the reason I put categories here is because I had an access pattern where I wanted to search based on the category, right? But if you don't have, maybe you can break this into a separate item, right? For example, instead of having like this, and again, I was trying to do that, so I'll just show you for one of them. Okay, so maybe what you could also do, again, it all depends upon your access pattern, as I keep telling you, right? So for example, if I wanted to separate the category, right, so I could pretty well say category #1. So the category will be on the books, right? I could also have model like this way, right? It's completely all right. Okay, so now I could say, so maybe I want to say for a given book, give me all the categories, right? So I can say over here, whatever. I'm just showing you an example. Okay, so hopefully that made sense to you. So let me put this one here. Okay, so I'll put book 1. I can reference the book, right? So now on my if I want for a given book, I want to fetch all the, let's say, categories, I could do that. And then if you need right, if you need the category in the book section, which means when you fetch a book, you also need the category of that book, then you could reference it. You could use this one the way I did it, right? But if there's no need for category, when you basically fetch a book, maybe you can separate it into a separate item like this, right? So now I can say, you know what, for a given book, give me all the information that you have, and then to fetch the category, what I could do here is I could reference the category here, right? So now I would have the category, and in order to fetch, I can go and fetch this item. Again, depends upon the use case, depend upon the access pattern, totally, right? But what I do want to recommend is to try this exercise out. It's there on the GitHub section. I'll try my best to put the links. Again, it's very fun to do all these exercises, right? So again, quickly showing you what we have done here is go to design 1. So for a author, I can fetch all the detail about the author, right? I can fetch the name, the profile picture. Then I can also do is for an author, give me all the books there is. So this is my GSI1 PK, right? Then I can also say for a category, give me all the books that you have. For a book, show me all the information that you have. Again, depending upon your access pattern, you can model your DynamoDB easily. Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed, and I do encourage you to try this lab out. And if you observe here is all the infrastructure code. So as you can see, GSI1 PK, GSI2 PK, here are my global secondary index. And depending if you need more further sort, you can set up LSI, local secondary index. So I hope this video was useful and you found value in this. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.